Okay, imagine this. People out there right now earning, well, pretty significant income.
Yeah, serious money.
We're talking figures like 50,000, maybe even upwards of $200,000.
Just by selling digital products online.
Exactly. On platforms we all know, eBay, Amazon, Etsy. It's happening there. The big question, the really fascinating part, is, what are these products and how on earth are they being made?
And that's precisely what we're digging into in this deep dive. We've been looking closely at the online marketplace, spotting trends,
Right.
and we've zeroed in on 12 specific digital product ideas that seem to be, well, genuinely lucrative for sellers right now.
Based on recent activity, yeah.
Yeah.
What's actually selling.
Exactly. We're looking at what's working on these big platforms lately, giving us a really current snapshot.
Okay, good. And just so everyone's on the same page, our main source here is a YouTube video. It's called The 12 Digital Products That Are Making People Air-ICH from the Wholesale TED channel.
That's the one. We're essentially taking the examples they highlighted, the ones they found are successful, and we're, exploring the why and how behind them.
So this isn't just going to be a list, right?
Oh, definitely not. The aim is to look at the actionable ideas, the strategies, the core principles making these things work.
Giving you, the listener, a shortcut to understanding this online earning potential. Maybe spark some ideas you can run with.
Precisely.
Okay, let's dive into the first one then. Canvas shape frames.
Right.
Now, I'll be honest, my first thought was kind of like, canvas shape frames? Really? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it sounds a bit niche, maybe.
Yeah.
But they're surprisingly popular.
Apparently. Get this. One Etsy seller, they had 15 purchases of just one pack of these frames in a single day.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg, really. If you look at the analytics using that tool, Allure,
Yeah.
they estimate that single listing over $20,000 in total sales.
Wow. For digital frames?
And the same seller has like 25 similar listings, many pulling in over $1,000 each. So the total estimate for just these shape templates for them is over $82,000.
Okay, so there's clearly demand. But let's back up. What exactly are these canvas shape frames for anyone still scratching their head like I was?
Right. So think about Canva, the design tool.
Uh-huh.
If you search for frames in Canva, you get all these pre-made shapes, right? Circles, blobs, letters.
You drag your photo onto it and it snaps into the shape.
Exactly. So the clever bit here is that people are creating and selling their own custom shapes that work just like those built-in frames.
Ah, so you're not limited to Canva's default shapes. You can buy unique ones.
Precisely. It taps into that desire for more unique custom designs in people's social media posts, presentations, whatever.
Makes sense. So how do you actually make one? It sounds a bit technical, maybe.
It involves a few steps, yeah.
Yeah.
You typically start designing your shape maybe in Canva itself, combining elements. Then you need a more advanced image editor.
Like Photoshop.
Yeah, or Fori was mentioned as a free, kind of like an online Photoshop alternative. The key is you need to make the background of your shape transparent. Gotcha. And save it in a specific way, often involving layers and something called a clipping mask. Basically, you create a file, maybe a PSD, where one layer defines the shape and it's empty.
Okay.
Then you upload that special file back into Canva. You might need to upload an image temporarily and then delete it, but the result is your custom shape now acts like a frame.
Huh. So users just drag their photo onto your custom shape in Canva. That's pretty neat.
It is. Adds a lot of customizability.
Now, wasn't there a catch, like needing a specific Canva version?
Ah, yes. Good point. To actually create these custom frames to sell, you do need Canva Pro, the paid subscription.
Right.
But they often have a 30-day free trial. So, you could test the waters, see if it's for you.
Good tip. And even if you don't sell them, it could be fun to make for your own stuff.
For sure.
Okay, moving on. Product number 2, themed activity books and packs.
Seasonal stuff, mostly.
Yeah, like Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, that kind of thing. And these are apparently doing well on both Etsy and Amazon.
That's right. We saw some Etsy examples for Valentine's Day packs. One had like 6 downloads recently, another had 22 downloads in just 24 hours.
Okay, decent activity.
But what's really smart here is the repurposing potential.
How so?
Well, the individual activity pages you design, maybe word searches, coloring pages, mazes, you can sell those as printable PDFs on Etsy.
Right.
But then you can bundle them together, format them slightly differently, and sell them as a complete activity book on Amazon KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing.
Ah, hitting 2 markets with basically the same core content. That's clever.
Very.
So how do they fare over on Amazon then, these activity books?
The potential there could be huge. We saw one example, a Valentine's activity book.
Yeah.
Estimated sales of over 1,400 copies in just 1 month.
Wow. Okay, that translates to...
Over $12,000 in revenue for that month. But wait, there was another one.
Oh, even better.
Get this. Estimated sales of around 351 copies per day.
Per day.
Yep. Bringing in nearly $10,800 daily.
Okay, that's staggering. That really shows the scale Amazon offers for the right product.
It absolutely does. The demand for engaging, themed kids content especially is massive.
So if someone listening wants to try creating these, what's the tool of choice? Still Canva?
Canva is definitely highlighted again as a great tool. They have loads of templates you can start with. Coloring pages, mazes, connect the dots, all sorts.
So you don't have to start from scratch.
Exactly. You find templates, customize them with your own theme, graphics, maybe change the difficulty, and bundle them up.
Makes sense. All right, product number 3 takes us to a slightly different platform. eBay.
Right, and the product is AI-generated home ideas.
AI-generated, like pictures of houses and gardens made by AI.
Exactly, image packs of them. And interestingly, this type of product seems to do better on eBay than, say, Etsy.
Why do you think that is? Different audience.
Seems likely. Maybe eBay buyers are looking more for practical inspiration, visual ideas, less for the handcrafted aesthetic often found on Etsy.
Okay. And is there proof this works on eBay?
Yeah, the source mentioned an eBay store with over 800 sales total. And their AI home idea listings were doing really well recently.
Like getting views and sales?
Uh-huh. They pointed out some new listings. One had 22 watchers, another 26. And they'd already made sales 6 on one, 4 on the other. So definite interest.
And they were using a particular sales tactic too, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, the scarcity play. Very clever.
Tell us about that.
So instead of listing like unlimited stock, they'd list only a small number at a time, say 5 packs available.
Even though it's a digital product, they could sell infinitely.
Exactly. When those 5 sold out, they'd just relist it. But seeing only 5 left or selling fast creates that urgency.
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Precisely. Makes people click buy now faster.
Sneaky, but effective, clearly. Okay, let's switch gears back to Etsy for number 4. Vintage art. This feels more classic Etsy.
Oh, hugely popular there. Vintage art is a massive category for digital downloads.
And the income can stack up, right? Even from single pieces.
Definitely. We heard about one specific vintage art print. 5 sales in 24 hours. Doesn't sound crazy, maybe?
No, not like the Amazon book numbers.
But Allure estimates that single piece has brought in over $30,000 in total sales for that seller.
Wow. That's the power of passive income over time, I guess.
Exactly. And sellers often have hundreds of these listings, all trickling in sales.
Now, the key to this whole vintage art thing is copyright, isn't it? That's what makes it legal to sell these.
That's the crucial part. Normally, you can't just copy and sell someone else's art. Copyright protects it.
Right.
But copyright expires. Usually, it's around 70 years after the creator died. Sometimes older art never even had copyright. Once it expires, or if it never existed, the art enters the public domain.
Meaning?
Meaning it's free for anyone to use. You can legally download it, reproduce it, enhance it, and yes, sell it.
Okay, that's fascinating. So where do people find this public domain vintage art? Are there good sources?
Yeah, there are resources. The video mentioned freeimages.com is one place to start looking.
Okay. And once you find something, you just sell the file as is.
You could, but it's better to enhance it. Again, Canva comes up. You can use it to edit, maybe clean up the image, even use their AI tools to improve the resolution, make it look better for printing.
Printing. That's the other angle, isn't it?
Big time. You don't just have to sell the digital download. You can offer physical prints using print-on-demand services.
So you upload the design, someone orders a print, and the service handles the printing and shipping.
Exactly. No inventory, no upfront costs for printing. We heard about one Etsy store doing this with vintage wall art, estimated to have made over $1.2 million.
Whoa. Okay, that's serious scaling potential.
Huge potential. It bridges digital and physical sales seamlessly.
Okay, so building on that idea of having a collection of art, number 5 is maximalist art bundles.
Right. So you take a bunch of those pictures, maybe the vintage ones, maybe others.
And bundle them together.
Yeah. You create these themed collections, often quite large, that fit the maximalist aesthetic, lots of stuff. Visually busy, gallery wall style.
Why do people buy these bundles?
Convenience, mainly. It's a super quick, easy, and usually pretty cheap way to fill a whole wall or space. Think students decorating dorm rooms, renters.
Gotcha. Instant gallery wall.
Exactly. You get a cohesive look without hunting for individual pieces.
And these sell well, too.
Seems so. One example bundle had 4 downloads in 24 hours. Again, maybe not huge daily numbers.
But the cumulative effect.
Right. Allure estimated that bundle at over $95,000 in total sales.
95,000 for a bundle of pictures.
Yep. And it's not just vintage art either. We saw an example of a modern maximalist bundle making over $140 passively in just one day.
Okay, interesting. Let's shift again. Number 6, personalized reports and experiences. This sounds more like a service.
It is, but delivered digitally. And it's apparently a growing area on Etsy and eBay.
What kind of reports or experiences?
Well, on Etsy, things like personalized tarot card readings delivered as, say, a custom video. One listing had 13 purchases in 24 hours.
Okay.
Or on eBay, we saw exterior and interior design paint reports being popular.
Paint reports. How does that work digitally?
Basically, you buy the service, maybe provide some info about your house or room, your style, and the seller creates a custom digital report, like a PDF, suggesting specific paint colors and palettes for you.
Aha, personalized design advice.
Exactly. And the sales estimates were pretty strong. Over $39,000 for the exterior paint report listing. Over $44,000 for the interior one.
Wow.
And the combined estimate for all the downloadable reports in that seller's store was over $100,000.
That's really impressive. It shows people will pay for personalized expertise, even delivered digitally.
Absolutely. It really makes you think. If you listening have a professional skill, maybe design, writing, coaching, whatever.
Could you package it as a personalized digital report or experience?
It's definitely worth considering.
Okay, number 7 feels a bit more straightforward. Printable greeting card packs.
Yeah, a potentially really good side hustle, especially around holidays.
Makes sense. People always need cards. Any evidence these sell?
We saw a Valentine's Day printable card pack on Etsy. 58 downloads in 24 hours.
58? That's a lot for printable cards.
It is. Shows the demand for convenient, possibly cheaper printable options.
Now, for these packs, what's important design-wise?
Consistency is key. The cards within a pack should really feel like they belong together. Same style, same vibe, same color palette.
Okay. Easy if you draw them all yourself, maybe. But what if you use pre-made art, like from Canva?
Good question. There are tricks. Canva often has that magic recommendations feature.
Yeah, it suggests similar stuff.
Right. So if you find a graphic you like, use the magic recommendations to find others by the same artist or in the same style.
Okay.
Or when searching, really look at the style of the results you like and then use recommendations based on those specific ones to find more that match. Helps keep the look consistent.
Smart tips for building a cohesive set. Okay, number 8. AI-enhanced personalized gifts.
Right. We know personalized gifts are already huge on Etsy, right?
Oh, yeah. That example of a custom digital poster. Estimated sales over $940,000. Just massive.
Exactly. So personalization sells. The new twist here is using AI, and this seems to be popping up more on eBay.
AI enhanced. How? What are they doing?
The main thing mentioned was AI face swapping.
Whoa, okay. Like putting someone's face onto a different body or scene.
Pretty much. A seller takes a customer's photo and uses AI tools to seamlessly put their face into, say, a historical painting, a movie poster, a superhero body, whatever.
And people are buying this on eBay.
Seems to be gaining traction. We heard about one account doing this, also using that artificial scarcity tactic again.
Limiting the number available.
Yeah, listing maybe only 20 at a time. One specific listing had 22 purchases already. It's likely a growing market there.
Interesting. And are the tools for this accessible?
Oh.
Or super complex?
Well, there are actually free open source face swap tools available. Places like GitHub.
Oh, really?
Yeah, names like Deepfake's Face Swap Tool and Tool Swap Anything were mentioned. Being open source means you could potentially use them for free.
That lowers the barrier for trying this out quite a bit. Okay, number 9, business starter kits. This sounds more involved.
Definitely more involved. These are comprehensive packages sold on Etsy, often for specific industries like interior design, coaching, virtual assistants.
And they can bring in good money?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
An interior design starter kit example was estimated at over $170,000 in sales.
Wow. But you said involved. What's the catch?
The amount of work to create them. That interior design kit had over 120 assets.
120? Like what?
Proposal templates, client contracts, questionnaires, social media graphics, branding guides, everything someone might need to launch that type of business. It's a ton of upfront creation.
Okay, so high potential but high effort. Any shortcuts?
Again, leveraging Canva templates is the key efficiency strategy. You won't find a whole starter kit template maybe,
Right.
but you will find templates for proposals, pitch decks, brochures, client welcome packets. All the individual pieces, customize those, bundle them.
Makes sense. Or could you sell the pieces individually?
Absolutely. That's the other approach, breaking it down. Instead of one huge kit, sell the proposal template, sell the contract bundle, sell the social media packs separately.
And do those individual assets sell well?
Seems so. We saw examples. An aesthetic pitch deck template, over $14,000 estimated sales. A client contract and onboarding bundle, also around $14K. A brochure template, over $21K.
So selling the components can be quite lucrative on its own.
Definitely a viable strategy, maybe less intimidating than creating the giant kit.
Okay, number 10 circles back to vintage, but photos this time. AI-enhanced vintage photos.
Right. Similar to vintage art, but focusing just on photographs. It's a way for sellers already doing vintage art to kind of scale and diversify.
Selling photos alongside the art prints.
Exactly. And individual photos can do surprisingly well.
Like how well?
We heard about one vintage photo estimated at over $14,000 in sales, another over $10,000, and then there was a pasta-themed one.
Pasta again? What is it with pasta?
I know. That one was estimated at over $20,000. It shows that niche, relatable, maybe slightly quirky images can really hit.
So maybe not millions per photo, but a collection adds up.
Precisely. A large collection of these, each bringing in a bit, can generate significant passive income.
Where do you find these cool old photos? Same public domain sources.
Similar sources, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Government archives are great. The U.S. Library of Congress was mentioned, their website, their Flickr account.
Okay.
Also Wikipedia. Lots of images there have expired copyrights or are in the public domain.
And again, you'd enhance them.
Yeah, use AI tools and apps like Canva to upscale the resolution, improve the quality, make them suitable for download or printing.
And print on demand is an option here too.
Absolutely. Sell the digital file, but also offer physical prints via print on demand. Appify was mentioned as a platform for that. Maximize your reach.
Gotcha. Okay, almost there. Number 11, niche aesthetic planners and journals.
Right. The key word here is niche.
Because the general planner market is saturated, extremely competitive. Yes, some generic planners on Etsy have made millions, literally, estimates of $1.1 million, $1.4 million, $1.5 million for top sellers.
Crazy numbers, but hard to break into.
Very hard. So the advice is, don't try to compete with the generic ones. Instead, create aesthetic planners and journals themed around specific interests.
Like what kind of interest?
Anything, really. The example given was a witchy astrology-themed digital planner and journal.
Okay, very specific. Did it work?
Yep. That specific planner was estimated at over $36,000 in sales. And when combined with other similar niche items in the same store, the total estimate was over $200,000.
Wow. So niching down reduces competition and lets you connect with a passionate audience.
That's the idea. Find your tribe, create something beautiful and functional specifically for them.
All right, that's 12. It's quite a diverse range of opportunities, isn't it? It really is. From simple design assets like frames, tapping into AI for home ideas or gifts, leveraging public domain content, offering personalized services digitally, to creating these comprehensive kits or niche journals.
Yeah, a real mix.
And the common threads seem to be creativity, understanding what people want on these specific platforms, Etsy, eBay, Amazon, and using the available tools like Canva and AI really strategically.
So for you listening, the big takeaway is maybe to think about how these examples could overlap with your own skills or interests.
Exactly. Did any of these spark an idea? Is there a niche you're passionate about that could translate into a digital product, maybe a planner or reports or even AI-enhanced images?
It's definitely food for thought.
And remember, this deep dive is just scratching the surface. We'd really encourage you to explore these platforms yourself. Look around Etsy, eBay, play with Canva's features, maybe check out those AI tools or print-on-demand options.
Yeah, do your own digging. And maybe we can leave you with a final couple of questions to chew on.
Good idea.
Like, with AI getting better and easier to use all the time, what other completely unexpected digital product niches might pop up soon? And how can you stay ahead of the curve to spot them?
Ooh, good one. Or, thinking about strategy, when does it make sense to go broad, like with general vintage art, versus going super niche, like that witchy planner? What are the signs that tell you which path might be better for a specific idea?
Lots to think about. Hopefully this has given you some concrete ideas and inspiration. We'll explore more next time.